So, for probes 11 through 14, what's going through your head?
I'll be honest, sir. At that point, I'm thinking my ass must be delicious.
Right.
I'm thinking my ass is a treasure trove of scientific data and research, because otherwise, there ain't a reason for him to keep coming back.
You'd assume so.
As you know, I tried making my ass dirty. Tried to make my ass clean.
Right.
It didn't make a difference. They went right back in there.
Fascinating. We'll finish going through the other 24 experiences in your 38 probe journey in just a moment, but first, this is QRTXY Radio, home of the classics.
It's not your dad's oldies radio. It's your mom's.
What's good, my dudes? Welcome back to the grid, and today I bring you El Paso Elsewhere. Poor guy just tuckered himself out. El Paso Elsewhere is a third-person shooter developed and published by Strange Scaffold. Players control a vampire hunter who's trying to stop his ex-girlfriend from starting the apocalypse. Pretty self-explanatory, right? The short and sweet version of this game that I could give to you guys is stakes, guns, and vampires in slow motion. Bullet time, baby. This game is a straight love letter to Max Payne, and it's like mixing Stranglehold and From Dusk Till Dawn, and it's pretty sweet. I dig it. However, as a big fan of the Max Payne series, it hits some notes fantastically, but it misses a lot. It doesn't have the panel storytelling. It hits the neo-noir storytelling, and it tries to tug at your heartstrings, and it does in some scenes, and things do get real, but then in the next scene, it would just fall flat. But the real question is, does this game stand on its own, in its own genre? And it does. It hits some things right, and then it doesn't hit some things right at all. It's a mixed bag. And I'll say I had fun. I had fun playing this game. But some things it just kind of ruined the momentum for me. While you're going through 50 chapters of this story that you're trying to piece together through cutscenes and little snippets of James and Janet's, love story, and you're trying to find an emotional, silver lining here, and it's rough. But you start off shooting vampires, werewolves, and sniping angels, oh my.
I just love killing those angels from a distance. Alright, I see you there. Be good, kill. That's right. I hit him so hard he flipped into the wall. Now that's a proper kill. No, that's too big. Sit down. Shooting them with the shotgun is so satisfying. Do the old fashioned of rolling. I am the weapon. Now that's something interesting. Let me save you, son.
God.
No, thank gigs.
Diving through breakable objects and surfaces. This game makes breaking things so satisfying. Well done on that part. It was absolutely wonderful breaking that grand piano. Just satisfying. I'm happy with that. On top of satisfying mechanics in the game, it also gives you some great humor. They have this little radio tribute to Max Payne called Pill Cop. The only way that you can refill your health is by using painkillers.
Got a stick. Feeling depressed? Like your life doesn't matter? Do you struggle with the feeling that no one would care if you were gone? Well, let me introduce you to Just Feel Better, a mental health app for the future.
My uncle used Just Feel Better. He's dead now, but when he was alive, he told us it was really helping.
Using groundbreaking AI-powered technology and the loudest innovations in emotional support, our dedicated counselors are available 24/7 to help you just feel better. We're helping millions of users around the world already, but you don't have to take my word for it. Here's a testimonial from an actual Just Feel Better user. Another satisfied customer.
Now, being a love letter to Max Payne, the gameplay kind of works the same way. It works off of a timed tempo system. So you would have to know, timing is everything. You would have to know when to dive at the right time, when to reload. Keep an eye open for reloading, because reloading will screw you over. There is a nice option in the settings where the game will automatically go to the next weapon when you run out of ammo in the current weapon that you're using. I didn't know about this option. Sucks to be me. It is also satisfying in mid-combat to shoot somebody with one weapon, then switch to another to take out maybe a group of enemies, or to take a crack shot at an enemy in the distance. That's where this game shines very well. Where it doesn't shine very well is where the game tends to be buggy and not load the rest of the map where you cleared a room. That is my biggest pet peeve with shooters. The story is kind of lackluster with me, I'll be honest with you. I could not really piece together how the love started and how it fell apart. I only knew about key events, because as you're playing through the story, you're somewhat going down the layers of hell, and your mind is starting to become undone. And I grasped that as, you know, as a viewer, but I wanted to really understand, like, feel for how painful this is for the protagonist to do this. To one, not only kill his ex-girlfriend, but two, to face the trauma that he endured while being with her. It's very hard to grasp that. And I mean, in some cutscenes it was very emotional, and then in some cutscenes it was just weak. And speaking of weak, what's up with the boss battles? The boss battles were very weak and not very emotionally driven. I felt no investment there. It was poopy. I felt very underwhelmed and let down from these bosses. One more thing that I did not really enjoy about this game was the music. The music wasn't really I wasn't enjoying it. Some of the maps in this game had very solid tracks that were just industrial, you know, instrumental music that was right on par with the shooter. I dig that. However, then they started adding lyrics to it. Not that I have, you know, a problem with that. It just took me out. It ruined my immersion. It took my focus off the game. And I'm sure that this is a huge passion project, since this is published and developed by the same company or person. I just didn't vibe with it, and I'm very picky with my music. But the game still plays solid, yes. There's other parts of this game where it does shine. For what it's worth, I think El Paso Elsewhere is a solid third-person experience. I got it for relatively a decent price on Steam. It played well for some parts. It was a little buggy, but I got through it. I enjoyed the story somewhat, but I felt very let down and underwhelmed towards the end. Maybe if they had elaborated more, I would have understood the story more and maybe got more investment out of it and more of a payoff out of it. I just felt very let down at the end for all that effort, going through 50 chapters and be let down at the ending. Having someone basically undo all that character development. I felt very left out at the ending. I'm sure that there could have been different outcomes. I'm not sure. I think if you played Max Payne or any other bullet time shooters or third-person shooters, I think you'll get a nice enjoyment out of this. It's a solid game. I think you guys will enjoy it. I give El Paso Elsewhere a solid 8 flat with a seal of approval. So definitely worth checking out. Sorry, I've been very quiet around here. I've been playing way too much of Baldur's Gate, playing way too many hours in Baldur's Gate. But I have other projects on the horizon that should be coming around eventually, so I'll keep you guys in tune for that. Stuff's coming down the pipeline, folks, and I'll keep you posted as best as I can. But you can catch me on Twitch as always. So until then, stay sharp, my friends.